मैंने जो कुछ भी किया उस पर मुझे गर्व है।
तुम्हें गर्व करना चाहिए या शर्म, इसका फैसला तो इतिहास करेगा।
ये है हमारा हिंदू राष्ट्र। एक दिन यहाँ पर भगवा लहराएगा।
Rajkumar sir and Deepak sir, firstly, a warm welcome to both of you on Filme Shilmy. It's so great to have you actually speaking about this very innovative film called Gandhi Godse, Ek Yudh. So I think Rajkumar sir, I wanted to first get your perspective actually. So you aim to present a debate between Gandhi and Godse had obviously he survived the assassination. So in what way have you as a filmmaker presented a balanced argument and not, I guess, glorified one over the other?
Well, namaste to everyone. And yes, I was also worried what your concern. I took utmost care myself and my co-writer Asghar Wazaz Saab, on whose play I wrote the screenplay and we made the film. So I was very, very particular about it. The moment I decided that I'll go and make this film, I'll make this film. The first thing that came to my mind was that I must be very honest to both Gandhiji and Godse. I wanted to be fair.
Yeah.
Though, like most of the people, I knew Gandhiji more than Godse because we have read about Gandhiji right from our school days.
Yeah.
There are several books, lot of material available in YouTube also about Gandhiji, his ideology, his thoughts, and we respect his contribution also. I respect his philosophy of truth, non-violence, and peace. I respect. Unfortunately, we don't know much about Godse. I'm talking about myself. So the people, most of the people that have totally ignorant about Godse, they don't know. So the moment I decided, I thought I'll bring both their ideologies on the platform so they can debate, they can talk, they can argue.
Yeah.
For this, very important it is that my only investment in this film is honesty and truth. Okay. So I just brought both their words, whatever Godse spoke in the court, the statement he gave in the court, his words are there, what you hear on the screen, in the film. I have not changed one bit. Constantly, I've been impartial.
Sure. And I'm glad you mentioned this because I know over the years you've made some amazing films which have really aimed to improve India's socio-political environment. I mean, I've been a huge fan of movies like Lajja, Damini, or even Khakee for that matter. But I think when it comes to a movie like this, which obviously, like you mentioned, it's heavy on facts. How responsible do you feel you've been, I think, in equalizing the facts with your cinematic liberties and the cinematic take on things? How well do you think you've been fair in terms of those aspects?
See, this film has been the most difficult film that I've made till now. Most difficult film, most challenging film also. One is the idea itself, because people have called all kind of names. Godse, they call him a Hindu terrorist. So many people are vehemently against Godse. Okay. So I was very, very careful that it is like walking on a sword's edge. One slight mistake can jeopardize the entire film, the trust that people have put in me or my product, whatever it is. So I was extremely careful that I don't take any sides.
Yeah.
I'm being fair. At the same time, the film has to be entertaining and engaging. It is not a sermon. It is not a speech. I'm not giving any advice to people. No, I'm bringing their point of view, their ideologies on the platform, people to think and judge for themselves.
Sure. And I think when it does come to, I think with Nathuram Godse, and I'm glad you mentioned that because I feel like as it is, there's so much Hindu phobia that's out there already. And I think whenever someone mentions Nathuram Godse, I feel like that's just pretty much used as an excuse to incite hate towards the Hindu community quite a lot. And, actually people actually think about it, which I think your film has done to an extent, is actually try and understand where he was coming from. Because like I think in Gandhi's rule, he overlooked a lot of genocides, including Mopla, including, of course, what happened with the Hindus during the direct action day also. I think
Kolkata, yeah.
people have often forgotten that aspect. But I think Nathuram Godse perhaps is the toughest one to portray because there's no obvious reference points. See, with Gandhi, we've obviously had Richard Attenborough's film. There's been so many representations of him. So I think when it comes to Nathuram Godse, because I think Chinmay was the perfect choice. I mean, I loved his performance in the Kashmir Files. But obviously, he was considered an enemy by the nation, of course, like you mentioned. But how do you, as a director, I guess, try and get the actor to converse with that character and get them to understand where Godse was coming from?
Well, Chinmay Mandlekar, he came to meet me thanks to my casting director. He referred his name to me. Right in the beginning, the moment I thought I'll make this film, I decided that I won't take any stars. Yeah. I will take theatre actors, stage actors, and only thing is that if I have a slight look-alike with the real character, it will help. Like Deepak Antani. In some angles, certain angles, he looks like Mahatma Gandhi.
Yeah.
Similarly, for Godse also, I thought if I can get an actor in some profile, somewhere, if you can give a faint resemblance with real Nathuram Godse, it will help to tell the story. Chinmay Mandlekar is a brilliant actor. Later on, I came to know he's from NSD, National School of Drama.
Yes.
It was very easy for him to get into the skin of the character. The other part, what you're saying, Kashmir Files was shot simultaneously. Along with this, my film, it was also shot. So he was doing both the films together. In one film, he's a champion of a Hindu cause. The other film, he's playing a Muslim extremist. So two different things he was doing it. Hats off to him. He has done an extremely, a good job doing the Muslim extremist. Similarly, he has lived the part. Nathuram Godse, he has brought him to life. That is his hard work, his dedication. I give full credit to Chinmay Mandlekar.
No, absolutely. And I think also, I think we have to talk to the man who plays Gandhi himself. I think, Deepak, sir, I think your camera's not working. I know you've been trying to switch it on, but I think there's been some sort of technical...
Yes, it's going on and off, on and off. I don't know why.
So what I'll do is, since I have you on with us, is it okay if I just get your perspective on things as well? Because obviously, I mean, Gandhi itself, I mean, he's been instrumental, I think, in the Indian freedom movement. And I think definitely his philosophies and his path to spirituality is one definitely can really look up to. And I know you have really looked up to him as well when it comes to that. But I think when it comes to debates like this, which humanizes and sheds light on certain flaws of the revered figure, in what way does it impact your perspective on him as a leader, not as a human being or as the spiritual person that he was?
As the world has accepted him as a leader, so I don't have to say anything about it. He is a proved leader. Results are, we are seeing that freedom movement is led like anything. He was accepted by the legendary like Sardar Patel and Vinoba Bhave and Nehru and all. They are all stalwarts. They were all themselves leadership quality, full of leadership quality. Then also they followed blindly Gandhiji as a leader. So there was a magic. The best part was that he was not preaching. He was practicing whatever he wanted to say to the world, so that he could say that my life is my message. So that was the best part I felt in his through the journey.
And I think definitely it's a very strong character. I think you portrayed him very, very well. So I think kudos does go to you on that aspect. Obviously for you, when it comes to the films that you have done, I think like I've always found it fascinating that you're the same person who's made movies like Ajab Prem ki Ghazab Kahani. You've made films like Andaz Apna Apna also. So what actually drives you to choose a film or use that particular subject in a movie? What actually drives you as a filmmaker?
Well, it depends the frame of mind and any news item, anything that's happening around me, anything can inspire me. And if I feel, I react to that moment. And if a subject, like if I feel like doing a comedy, I pick up a comedy, I write a comedy subject. But my only thing is that any subject I pick, I try to be honest with that subject. Then don't mix up. When I'm doing an action film, the whole focus is to make a very interesting action subject. Like when I'm doing a comedy, I don't try to bring any, message or any social comment in that subject. I have pure comedy. I try to be honest with whatever subject I pick up.
Right. And it's been 9 years, obviously, I think, since you returned to the directing seat as well, right? It's been a while. So again, what kept you going, I think, during those 9 years? And, like I said to you, because like the films that you've made, I mean, Damini, Lajja, they're still really strong films that we even look up to today. What has influenced this, I think, in terms of the movies that you've made?
See, anything can influence me, anything can motivate me. Like for some Lajja. Lajja was not there in my itinerary. I never thought of doing that subject. But a news item that came, a 40-year-old woman named Sia Dulari near Kanpur city, near Kanpur IIT. So she was raped and killed. The higher caste people raped her for 7 days and they burnt her alive. So immediately I was very disturbed by the news. I said, what millennium we're talking about, what progress we're talking about, we're still as barbaric as, like it's thousands of years back, the way people used to behave. And she's a mother. And everybody's quiet, nobody's reacting to that. Sia Dulari, a woman, she's a mother. So I thought I must make a film on that background, on women, suffering of women.
Yeah.
That is the movement. So anything, like for example, I was shooting Pukar. Night time we were shooting in a library. So I just took a book. It was a Bhagat Singh's book. I knew about Bhagat Singh somewhat, but after reading the book, I felt that we have not done justice to Bhagat Singh. A 23-year-old boy, he was hanged. He fought for the freedom. He fought so much for the country, and country doesn't remember him. Country doesn't think him. It's a shame. So immediately I thought I must make a film on Bhagat Singh and bring him, introduce him to the youths of today, to our countrymen. He's not an ordinary man. Bhagat Singh kind of a people are born once in a lifetime, once.
Yeah.
He's a great man, great ideas, great thought. Okay.
Sure.
So I thought, this is what, anything can inspire me, anything can motivate me. I can take a decision and make a film on the subject.
Sure. Well, unfortunately, we've actually run out of time, but Raj, it's been such a pleasure to speak with you. And I think, as the trailer of the end says, India will change. And I think the fact that we're seeing films like the Kashmir Files, like, of course, Gandhi Godse, which actually talks about lesser known issues and people as well of the country. And it's sort of bringing those narratives together and presenting a third opinion, I think is amazing. So I think a huge congratulations to you and the team, and can't wait to see more great work from you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sorry for the connections trouble.
No problem. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.